Welcome back, everybody, to the Parkway Athletics podcast. I appreciate you joining us today. I'm with the head basketball coach over at Parkway North, Coach Vincent. So, to get things started, Coach, can you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yeah, hi, I'm Russell Vincent, head basketball coach here at Parkway North. Also teach business education, mostly in marketing classes. Been in Parkway now for this is my 14th year.
Gotcha. So, you've been around Parkway North for a long time. What does that mean to you, and what keeps you coming back for these kids and the atmosphere and the culture of Parkway North?
Well, I enjoyed, like you just mentioned, I enjoyed the culture of North. I love our diversity here at North. We have such a diverse group of students, and really enjoy that. We have a great staff as well. I enjoy my coworkers and administrators and working with them. Keeps me coming back as well. And so those are the main reasons. Obviously, you get into teaching to work with people. So it's just really the people.
Yeah, I did want to ask you that before we move on to another question. What is that like to be able to teach your players and other people outside of your program as well? But what is that like to teach and coach at a school like Parkway?
Well, it's an honor, first of all. I mean, that the Parkway School District and Parkway North in particular would allow me to teach in their district and then to coach the young men that I get to coach. I mean, it's neat. It can be a lot of work, obviously. Just thinking, I'm in the fall. I don't coach anything anymore, so it's a nice way to get back into the school year. But I know once November, December, January, and February hit, the days are going to be long. There's going to be a million different things going on, and what you think one day is going to look like, it never really turns out to be that way. It's hectic, but on the same, it's a fun hectic, I guess. It's enjoyable to just be busy and get through those winter months doing something I really enjoy doing, and teaching and coaching is fun. So I think the overall, you have your good days and your bad days, but overall I just really enjoy it and have fun with it.
Yeah. So, what do you think you've learned both personally and as a coach, and even as a teacher throughout these years that you've been here? Maybe something that an athlete taught you, or something that you've just gained knowledge of over the years of you coaching here at Parkway North.
Well, I started in Parkway after having 2 years of teaching and coaching experience out in Warrenton. And I was relatively young. In my early 30s, and thinking you kind of know a lot. And then I think over the last 14 years, I realized how much I don't know. And learning, like you said, from not only from my coworkers but from students. I honestly think that's probably the biggest thing I've learned, is that I can learn from anybody, whether it be a student, a parent, another teacher, administrator. You can just really learn from everybody, instead of, I think when I was younger, maybe you're a little more arrogant or whatever, and you think a lot more than you do. So over the years, I think the biggest thing I learned is that I don't know everything, and I'm learning more every day, every year. And I think that's the biggest growth within my career, is that, there's so many people you can learn from and get knowledge from. And so that's probably the biggest thing I've done, in my career, honestly.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. I want to kind of dive into your coaching philosophy, is what some people call it. But what are some of your goals for your players? And we're going to get into the season preview. But overall, throughout your career, what have you wanted out of the success of your teams and the success of the individual players themselves?
Sure. And again, I think that's another growth part. I think when I was younger as a coach, I looked at, the team and the success as wins and losses. I think like a lot of people done. As I have, grown, and my own kids have gotten older, I think my perspective on success has changed. Right now, I tell teams, I don't know if we're successful until 5, 10 years after you have graduated, and I see, what type of young men and you have become, and fathers and employees and those things. I think that's when you start to really, you know, judge your success. Obviously, there's wins and losses in a sports season, and you can judge success there. But I think as a high school coach, the biggest thing we're trying to do is have enjoyment out of sports, teach them hard work, all that type of stuff. Obviously, you're competitive, so you want to win, and that success is out there. But as I've been in it now, and with you guys, like your group, and I remember, your family even coming to our little kids camps and seeing you, talking to you on a podcast. I mean, it was really an honor for you to ask, first of all, and then to see, somebody like yourself be successful, to see, my students, like I said, being friends with them on social media, and seeing that they're just had their first kid, or, they got married, or they got their first job. Like those are the real successes as a high school coach, I think, is what we're doing. We're just trying to be a small part of shaping these young men into, and ladies in the classroom, into, successful people in society.
Right. Yeah, I think that's very important. So obviously the season's coming up. You said November 1st is your first practice. What are you most excited for this season?
I think honestly, it's just to work with the students every day. I enjoy all season workouts, but it's, there's a piece of it where everybody knows it's not kind of the real thing. And when tryouts start, everybody is really kind of pumped up and jazzed for the season, right? And so it's kind of, everybody knows that this really counts now, and so I think the excitement is just getting to work with them every day for those 2.5 hours, and building that team chemistry, and then building, relationships, into seeing how it comes together on the court, and hopefully having, those successes on the court. I think is excitement. It's just the beginning of every season is just exciting, because it's something that, it's you don't know what the outcome is going to be. So you're just preparing to have success, and it's exciting.
Yeah, so obviously you don't really know how well the team will do as of right now, but what are some of your goals for this team? Whether you're winning a district championship or just being over 500, looking into the future, what do you want this team to accomplish?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as a coach, you put some standards on it. Like every year, we want to win. We just call them championships, whether it's a district, a conference, a tournament championship. We've talked about, winning a championship, something that we could, leave kind of a legacy. Like this team at this year won that. Last year, we were able to win the first conference championship in almost 30 years, in the actually almost 40 years in the school's history in boys basketball. So that was nice. That was something that the team kind of bonded around. They wanted to put that banner up on the wall. Sorry, our bell's ringing here. Kind of put that up. So, goal for this year, we would talk about winning a championship. What that is, the players usually dictate those on the, like those types of goals and what they want to do. What we try and do as a coaching staff is, and it may sound like a coach's cliche type of speech, but we really just want to improve every day. We want to see growth in our team. From the first day of tryouts to the day we end our season, we want to say this team is way better than they were that first day, or look at the growth in this player, or look at the growth in that player. And that's really when we sit down at the end of our season and kind of judge the successes and the failures, we really look at growth.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's really good. I want to thank you again for joining us on this podcast. I know you're pretty busy getting everything organized, and you're obviously teaching as well. So I hope the viewers got a chance to learn about yourself and your program as well. I'm sure you're very excited for things to get started. If you guys have any questions for Coach Vincent, please feel free to reach out to him. That's going to do it for us on today's episode. We'll be back with you guys very soon.